Alright, let's do a video on the Jeep, right? We haven't seen this guy in forever. Well, there's a reason. So, yeah, my Jeep's been an amputee for a couple months now. It's finally time. It's finally time to say goodbye to the Dana 35. So, let me paint you a picture. Wonderful wet roads. I come to a stop sign about a block away from my house. I have a stroker and I want to give it a little gas. Just a little wheel spin, nothing crazy, just a little fun. We hit the gas, the Jeep kind of lags and doesn't really move, which is kind of weird, and then all of a sudden a very strange clunk noise. And then the Jeep lunges forward. That's weird, I think. And something sounds kind of like shit as I'm driving down the block. Luckily, it was only a block away from my house. It was wet out. It was raining. I wasn't going to check it out then. So, let's see what I found. Alright, do that again. Oh yeah, that's fucked up. Go ahead. Great. That's real great. Yeah, go ahead. Do it again. Fun fact number 2, tire's now off the ground. Vehicle's in park. And I can't spin this wheel at all. Differential locker is off. There's no ignition power, so that locker should not be engaged. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to be able to freewheel this thing. Maybe. Yeah, I had to really mess with it to get it back into neutral. So now, look, one wheel's spinning, the other wheel's not spinning at all. And then it gets tight. And then it doesn't want to move at all. I'm pretty sure the neutral, the transfer case and transmission should be in neutral. What the heck? Oh, that's so not cool. Oh boy, more issues. Okay, so if I actually try to force it to push past when it starts to get tight, both wheels turn in the same direction. Should mean the damn thing's locked up. And it does that on the street, but look, see how much it fucking... What the hell is this thing doing? Alright, time to pull the cover. Fluid looks a little thick. But not terrible. A little black. Let's see what awaits us on the inside. Okay, so the cover's open. I don't see anything right off the bat. So you notice there's spider gears turned there. So that's a good sign, I guess. So it just got tight there. Finally got the driver's side unlocked, and I'm not seeing any spider gear movement at all. I wonder if the fucking axle snapped. I'd be pissed. It's a fucking chromoly. Fuck. I don't know if you can see the wheels pivoting. Doesn't sound very good. Alright, next up we're going to pull this driver's side wheel since the shaft seems to be being goofy over there and doesn't turn the spider gears like I think it should. Not 100%, but I don't know. I feel like the passenger side is a little better than this one. See what's inside. So, since I got the ZJ calipers, when you take these bolts out, the pads come with, so that's nice. Take the rotor off. Then we can use our access holes to get to our 4 nuts for our backing plate since this is a Dana 35 non-C-clip. And the axle shaft is actually retained with this retainer plate. So now there's no C-clips to worry about. So we should be able to pull the thing out. Should. See how hard that is. This broken free feels a little, I don't know if it's light or now it's just like, oh, the thing actually fucking spins. I don't know. Let's see if I can get this out. Son of a bitch. Yeah, she snapped. Focus, you fuck.
They're probably expensive.
No, not really.
Now, does that mean that something's fucked up inside too?
Surprisingly not. All the gears are fine. No chunks of metal, no nothing. Thought something was funky because this one kept jumping. But the locker was acting like it was locked a lot. It doesn't want to unlock. Like something's fucked up with the locker too, but... Son of a bitch. Excuse me, sir. Hello, are you in there? Hey. Hello? Why you know? Hello? Where's the rest of it? Is this even magnetic? Oh, you son of a bitch. Are you kidding me? Chromoly's not magnetic? What the fuck? Dude. Fuck you. So next up is going to be dealing with getting the chunks out of the side of the carrier. Big problem, apparently this chromo stuff is not very magnetic at all. So we can't just pull it out of the tube with a magnet. Of course, it can't be that easy. Now, since this 35 works on C-clip and non-C-clip applications, we can access, over here is a nice big chunk we can get inside there. So I took out that Allen bolt. That was I think he used a 4mm for that, maybe? Yeah, it's a 4mm. So I took that out, and then the center pin came free. Now this whole assembly is real stiff to turn. I don't know if it's the new drive shaft or if the bearings are... I don't know what the heck's going on. It's in neutral, and holy crap, I could use a big fucking thing just to turn it. So we're going to spin that until we can get that to drop out, and then see what happens after that. So you slide the pin out. If it doesn't want to slide out, rotate it so those flat spots line up with something, and then it comes out. And then you got this big thing, which will come out with a magnet. So that's what was sitting in the middle there. So you go in there and fish this out. So I guess that's the centering piece right there. See, we got some grindy, metally bits. That's always fun. So that's our shaft right there. We gotta pop that bastard out. Interesting. So I think the splines are jammed in there. You can actually see it right there. That's it sticking out. I tried using this pry bar to try to get it out, and it doesn't want to go. I tried beating it with the sledge and everything. I think it wedged itself in the gear. I'm gonna have to go into the other side and beat it out. Fuck this thing. Big old pipe in, take the fucking other side out, hit it with the sledge, finally came out. So now we're gonna go through this way. It's gonna get...
It's stuck, I need a screwdriver.
Yeah, there's a seal over there.
Yeah, it's stuck on the seal. Here, push it out, push it when I tell you to.
Okay.
Alright, push it a little bit.
Got one chunk.
Alright, push it again. Okay, got it.
Beautiful. Is that everything?
There's another piece there, okay. Take it out a minute, let me look. You're gonna have to, now, push it back in again. There's a couple other pieces. Hold it right there.
Yeah, that looks nice. Chunks of shit everywhere.
It's amazing that they can get it, go down into the other gears and fuck them all up.
Yeah, well, I was lucky. It's a lot of fucking shit, Jesus.
There's a lot more in there. I don't want to push it back too far. I don't want that.
Alright, so here is the passenger side one that's still good. Focus is freaking out a little bit there. I don't know if you can see that, but it is slightly curved. So even this side is starting to get twisted a little bit. That's incredible. So, you know, probably not too much longer until this one gives way too. Great. Can't fucking believe that, man. It's chromoly. 4140. Unless they don't treat it well or something. Let's take a look at the stock shafts. That one still looks a little bit, but looks straighter. They're like almost perfect. I can't believe that. That's a bunch of horseshit, man. Shit sucks. Guess there's a reason why they were only $100 a piece, huh? Alright, so I'm gonna clean this one and put this back in, but I noticed something weird. This thing is way tweaked out of shape. I don't know what the fuck happened to this thing. It's not very straight anymore. I don't know what the hell happened. This side's okay. So unless that's where the clip was sitting, still, I don't know. That thing's fucked. Something's weird there. Oh, just one fucking surprise after another, ain't it? Okay, so here's a goofy little trick. You can cut the bottom out right there, so you can slide it over. So you can slide it over the shaft. So that way we don't have to mess with our bearings. I took the race out so that we can use the old race. It's best to keep races, you know, to themselves or whatever. You don't want to swap between. Okay, so we're gonna put this fucking thing in. Now, because this is actually machined properly, we can get rid of our spacers. So I can take this off the backing plate, and I didn't put the other fucking thing on, so this is actually gonna be the way it should be. Yay. Okay, so we'll put that in there and it should be good now. Okay, that side's in. So now we can focus on the centering pin. So that's actually really easy. So first you have to put that key thing in. Just push it in there. If your gears were moved at all, just rotate one of the shafts and you can actually see that will actually rotate back and forth, so you can rotate them until they're where they need to be. So you put that in first, and then you slide your pin up through the top. Make sure that the bolt is on the right side because it's off centered. So make sure that on this one it was installed up. So make sure the hole's up. With the pin pushed all the way in, your bottom pin isn't going to want to go in. So I use my magnet as a brace. So I put the magnet on there so I could move it in and out easily, and then I just moved it until the pin went right in. And then you just put your bolt in. Cool. Okay, so I guess we're good there. So we can clean this out with a little bit of brake clean, put the cover back on, fill it up. So this is going to be a half-ass shitty swap, but this is just to get me on the trail for next week. So alright, should be everything. Okay, tires are on. Only thing I don't like, because of the disc brakes, I only have about 5 threads of engagement on these. I think that's enough, but it's kind of pushing it, so this is not going to be a long-term solution. This is a half-ass rig to get me through to the next week. So our tires are spinning properly in the opposite directions, not the same directions, so that is good. So, alright, I think we're back in business. Alright, well, let's put it on the ground, put some float in it, and call this damn job a day. Thick. So let's see what's going on. Made it about an hour into my journey, going to, Roush Creek. Ben Franklin Bridge. Downshifting into third, big old snap, and a bouncy, crackly, bad sounding noise. It wasn't sounding too pretty. So luckily I could pull over where the zipper was, figure out what's going on. And she fucking failed on me again. This time was so much fun, I got to meet a tow truck driver. Always the day you gotta fucking tow the Jeep home. The tow of shame. Now this side feels like there's a little bit of resistance. It kind of bounces around, but I feel like the other one bounces like that too. So I don't know. But when I was over there on the bridge, the driver's side seemed like it did it more. So we're gonna pull the tire, pour the shaft, see what's going on in this piece of shit. So I don't know why I haven't tried this before, but check it. The axle shaft can go in and out quite a bit. That's a very not good thing. So what the hell would cause that? Did the bearing like come loose or something? What the hell? That's weird. Okay, so it wasn't a shaft. It's got a lot of metal chunks on it, but the shaft itself is okay. Still like to know why that bounces around so much. That's weird. There's got the adapter on it. Huh. So maybe it's something internal. Interesting. So I should probably pull the cover because the other side's probably okay. Oh, that's not pretty. You see that? Got scratches all along the case there. And a bunch of chunks fell out. There's also a lot sitting right up there. I really wish this phone would fucking focus on dark. Hello. Are you racist? Oh, shit. So we got some chunkies in there. I don't know what. There's something in there. What's the problem? Everything looks okay. Looks like it ate a bearing or something. I don't know what the heck's going on in there. Bunch of chunks. That looks like a roller bearing to me. So one of these bearings must have grenaded, I guess. Huh. Oh, holy shit. Yeah. Oh, no. So, I guess the driver's side carrier bearing exploded on me or something. Holy crap. Oh, yeah. Jesus Christ. How does a bearing go boom? Wow. That's nuts. That's nuts. So yeah, it's true. Somehow, I grenaded a carrier bearing. That's incredible. I honestly didn't think that was possible, but it is. You can see little bits of the cage mangled up into nothing. You can see part of the I don't know if that's the bearing or the race right there, but there's a big old chunk of something there. So yeah, regardless, that's not very pretty at all. So what would have caused this? Well, I've got an idea. So when I built up the Dana 35, I did my own gears and all that, and I did something a little silly, but only because I didn't know any better. I shimmed outboard of the carrier bearings. So what that means is the shim goes between the outside of the bearing and the housing. So when you buy these kits, you get these little itty bitty tiny wafer thin fucking shims. Well, you can't jam those in there unless you get a case spreader. And I didn't have a case spreader, and I wasn't going to spend $100, $200 for a tool I was going to use maybe twice. And look at how that ended up in the long run. So the issue was it wasn't shimmed enough. So I'm assuming that the carry was a little loose. You could grab the carry and kind of move it around just a little bit. Back when I first installed it or the first time I checked on it. So yeah, I've kind of known about this for a while, but I never figured it was an issue until it was, well, an issue. So yeah, it was me setting up gears like a fucking numbnut that probably caused this whole thing to explode. So what I'm figuring is the carrier bearing was starting to go, and since the carrier could move, the chromoly shaft was not very happy with bending, like at all, so it just decided to shatter. And I guess with the stock shafts, they are more likely to bend, I guess, or twist around or whatever. They're not as I don't know if tempered's the right word or whatever it is. Brittle? I don't know. I don't know what you would describe it as, but for some reason the stock shafts can put up with more abuse or something. Somehow. I don't know. I'm not very good with my metals. Not yet, anyway. So, yeah, once I put the stock shaft in, now it could kind of take the bouncing and bending of the messed up carrier bearing. So, now it was the carrier bearing's time to blow. And the thing is, since it was on the ring gear side, that's the one that's probably taking the most torque and force. So every time you floor it, it's bouncing up and down. So yeah, I guess eventually one of the things, one of those little roller bearings must have finally crushed and exploded, and well, the whole thing just slowly went to shit. So yeah. Now, for relatively cheap, $150 for a new bearing and a new chromoly shaft, we could get this thing back on the road, and she'd probably be good as new, and probably better, because the locker probably wouldn't be locking up and acting up, because that was probably the issue. Since it wasn't properly shimmed in there, it was probably bouncing around and not locking up and half locking up and all kinds of weird shit, but only when it's cold. Like, oh, what a pain in the ass. But the thing that bugs me the most is the fact that the good shaft, the shaft that didn't snap, had bent splines. That right there tells me that even that chromoly, unless those shafts are just shit, it's only a matter of time before something else blows again, even with good bearings. So, yeah, it looks like I don't have enough splines for my needs. So that means we're going to have to move up to something a little bigger. Can you guess what it is? Yes. 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 Dun, 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 dun. Soon. So anyway, yeah. Rest in peace, Dana 35. You won't be missed.